Hi, welcome to the mini edition. Yesterday you enabled, today you don't have to. Classic story. I'm home, I get a call from my son. Now, either your kid lives with you at this point, maybe they do, maybe they don't. No judgment there. And basically they're either home or they're away. And they're getting in touch with you and saying, listen, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten, I'm really in the mood for pizza. Can I have $20? And I'm out of cigarettes. I promise it's the last time. I promise I'm not going to ask you again for this. I promise I'm going to get a job. All these things. Promises, promises. Now, we know in our minds that we should say no. But as a parent, we feel guilty saying no. We feel guilty because we're worried. We're worried that they're not going to call us, but that's subconsciously. We're worried that that's really the only connection we have with them, which is completely true. So we're worried about something that is true because the second you cut them off, reality is you probably won't hear from them again. And so basically that's a way of holding on. Now the guilt comes in as well because you're lying. Your husband, your boyfriend, your ex, your kids, your relatives. Did he call? Did she call? Did they ask? Did you give him money? Did you give him money? What'd you do? Where is he? What are they doing? You'll start getting a lot of the questions, and you'll say, of course, no, I didn't give him money. I gave him less. He was hungry, and I Venmo'd him, $20. But this time, you can't. You can't say it because, you're getting to that point where everybody knows that he's in a bad place or she's in a bad place. Everybody knows they need help. You know they need help. But getting to crossing over to that place of no money, here's a phone number, go get help, is a very large leap. And it's okay. It's okay if you don't make it today. All right, you didn't fail. And it's not like you should feel guilty about it. It's not the end of the world. You did it. You gave him money. Okay. It's between you and him. Tomorrow or the next day when he calls or she calls, which they will, no. And that's it. Click or don't answer the call. And yes, if you don't answer the call, he might not call for a long time or you don't know. You don't know. But the more you feed into this, he's calling you because he knows you're manipulative. He can manipulate you. I was manipulated a lot. It doesn't feel good. But at the same time, you're not really thinking about the manipulation because you're looking at it like, I just have to give him a little money. He can't go without eating. He needs cigarettes. That will make him feel better. You just want them to feel better. You want them to be happy. But you can't make them happy. And we know that. But it's just so hard to say no. No, no, no. But even if you say yes and you do it, knowing that you shouldn't have, and you say, of course I didn't, no, I didn't this time, move on. Or you didn't even tell anybody that you spoke to them. Tomorrow's another day. You wake up, and if they call, or the next day, in your mind, you know what you should do. And hopefully, it's no. You have a phone number of an addiction center or a therapist or someone that could help them. But no, that is not for your job. That is not for you to do. All you do is have a number on hand. Now, again, you're not at fault. Do not feel guilty. The guilt is there. I know. The guilt is there. Because you're doing it in a sense for yourself, but you don't even realize it's for yourself because it's to make you feel good. It's to make you feel good that your kid is not starving. Your kid, has cigarettes or whatever it is, so maybe they won't do other drugs. And if they have a cigarette, what's so bad? Yeah, we've all been there. But the greatest thing about this is tomorrow's another day. So, all right, you messed up today. There were plenty of days I messed up. But you know what? Tomorrow can be another day. And then maybe tomorrow you won't cave in. Maybe in another week you will. You just don't know. I heard a lot about, how am I going to get to work? There's no way. And then it's, how am I going to take a bus? I need a bicycle. And it's constantly what they need. It's constantly. So you buy the bicycle and it's stolen. You buy the car, it's crashed. It's a lose-lose. Remember that. Tomorrow's another day. Be strong. You're doing great.